In good and cheap cars for up to 1,000. Finding a good car with a tight budget can feel impossible. But relax, because today I'm going to show you 6 cars you can still snag for under $1,000. That's right, real cars with engines, wheels, and a lot of stories to tell. But hey, don't just go buying one without doing your homework. There are important details you need to know before closing the deal, and the last one on the list is the kind of surprise nobody expects. So grab a seat, pour some coffee, and let's roll. When we talk about affordable, durable cars that have made their mark in the US, one name consistently comes up: the Honda Civic. And it's no wonder. This car has spanned decades with a clear purpose: to be a simple, reliable, and cheap-to-maintain vehicle. The Civic, especially from the 1990s models, like 1996-2000 for the 6th gen, represents perhaps the peak of functional simplicity. During this era, Honda had perfected its V-Tech engines, which delivered honest performance and impressive fuel economy, ideal for city driving. This model was one of the best-selling cars in the US and is still highly sought after by anyone looking for a cheap car for commuting, work, or even as a second vehicle. With absurdly cheap maintenance, it's common to hear owners say that a Civic repair costs about the same as a weekend brunch. Exaggerations aside, it's not far from the truth. Parts are available everywhere, from major cities to the most remote towns. You'll find parts for the Civic, and not only that, experienced mechanics know this car like the back of their hand, which means cheap labor and quick diagnoses. But of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. If you're thinking of buying a Civic from this price range, you need to be sharp about a few details. The electrical system can be a sensitive point. Many models show failures in headlights, the dashboard, power locks, and if the previous owner did any questionable DIY fixes, the problem could be bigger. Another point is rust, especially on the chassis and body panels, particularly if the car was poorly maintained, exposed to salted roads in snowy regions, or left outside in humid conditions for a long time. So when buying, take it to a trusted mechanic, lift the car, check the undercarriage thoroughly, and examine the electrical wiring carefully. In terms of performance, a 1.6L Civic from this era delivers around 106 to 127 horsepower, which is respectable for urban use and short commutes. The transmission is usually a manual 5-speed or an automatic, with smooth but direct shifts. In the city, the Civic is nimble, being light for maneuvers and performing very well in heavy traffic. But on the highway with a full car, it might struggle a bit with overtakes. Another interesting point is the low fuel consumption. Owners often report getting 30+ mpg, miles per gallon, on gasoline, depending on tire pressure, spark plug condition, and driving style. This makes it an excellent option for commuters or anyone who drives a lot and wants to save money. And as for insurance, it's almost always one of the cheapest on the market. Even if you don't get full coverage, it's still possible to maintain the car with very low costs. It's also worth remembering that the Civic has excellent resale value. Being affordable, it appeals to a very large audience, and if you take good care of yours, it will hardly sit unsold. Today, in 2025, you can still find units in good condition for values between $800 and $1,000. But pay attention, this price is for models with clear titles, no major accidents, and basic maintenance done. Units below that generally require some initial investment or hide serious problems. In short, the Honda Civic 1996-2000 doesn't offer luxury, comfort, or embedded technology, but it compensates with something few cars deliver in this price range: mechanical reliability and low maintenance costs. It's that car you start, fuel up, and drive without fear of being stranded for any minor issue. For beginners, urban warriors, or those who want an economical spare car, the Civic is still one of the most solid options in the used car market. Before we continue with the list, if you enjoy this type of content with honest, direct tips that fit your budget, go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. This helps the channel grow a lot and motivates me to keep bringing videos like this with real information for those who want to buy a car intelligently. And be sure to hit the bell so you don't miss the next lists, because there's a lot of good content coming. If there's one car that made history on American roads and is still fondly remembered by many owners, it's the Toyota Corolla, especially the 7th and 8th generations, 1993-2002. These models marked an important transition for Toyota, moving from a more boxy look to a more modern design, with a refreshed interior and a touch of refinement that many people found attractive for an economy car. The Corolla has always had a reputation for robustness, and that didn't change with these generations. Even as cars from the turn of the millennium, they already offered interesting solutions in terms of finish, comfort, and drivability. Furthermore, they were some of the best-selling cars in the country during this period, which greatly facilitates finding parts and specialized labor today. The Corolla line had several engine options, but in this price range of $900 to $1,000, what you'll find most frequently are the 1.8L four-cylinder engines, delivering around 105 to 125 horsepower. This might seem modest, but in practice, it gets the job done for urban use. The 5-speed manual or automatic transmission offers smooth shifts, and the driving position is good, even for taller drivers. It's a car that handles well in the city, has light steering, good visibility, and is easy to park. Despite the modest engine, the car is light and responsive in traffic. In terms of fuel consumption, the 1.8L gets around 28 to 32 mpg on gasoline, depending on the car's condition and your driving style. It's not the absolute most economical on the list, but it's still very acceptable. And speaking of the interior, here we have a clear evolution from previous generations. The finish is more modern, the seats have better ergonomics, and in some models you'll find heated seats, a digital clock, and even original Toyota audio systems. But of course, like any used car, the Toyota Corolla also has its points of attention. The main issue can be the suspension, which is known to wear out over time, especially if the car has been driven on rough roads. You might expect problems with bushings, ball joints, and shocks. Another point is the power steering, which over time can develop play and noises, especially if the previous owner didn't take proper care. And here's a golden tip. Many Corollas from this era have had at least 3 or 4 owners, so a maintenance history and clear title are essential. Avoid heavily modified cars or those with signs of lowering heavy audio systems or oversized wheels. The Corolla can certainly take a lot, but excessive modifications and shoddy repairs significantly reduce its lifespan and increase the risk of headaches. A positive point is that insurance is usually affordable and the car has excellent resale value. This is because the Corolla name still has strength in the market. It's the typical car that doesn't sit around for long when advertised at a fair price. Additionally, its platform is shared with other Toyota models, which makes finding parts even easier. Today, in 2025, the Corolla in the $900 to $1,000 range is still a solid choice for those who want a popular car with a reliable reputation, honest maintenance, and proven durability. It's an excellent option for beginners, young drivers, or even those who want a more comfortable spare car than, say, a very basic Civic. So if you're looking for a reliable ride with a strong history, accessible maintenance, good market acceptance, and a feel of a real car, the Toyota Corolla might be exactly what you're looking for. But as always, the rule is clear. Get it inspected, thoroughly examine the suspension, and avoid heavily modified models. A well-maintained Corolla can last many years with you and still sell quickly when the time comes. The Chevrolet Cavalier, manufactured between 1998 and 2005, is one of those cars that won over many American drivers for its simplicity, economy, and of course, ease of maintenance. Popular in various regions of the US, the Cavalier has always been one of the most sought-after cars by those looking for a cheap, reliable model with very low maintenance costs. Furthermore, it stands out for being a functional option, offering enough comfort for daily commuting or for those who need a straightforward car. In terms of engine, the Cavalier typically comes with the 2.2L Ecotec or 2.2L OHV four-cylinder engine, delivering around 115–140 horsepower. While not the most powerful on this list, it provides honest power for daily use. Performance in urban traffic is more than sufficient. The Cavalier is agile, handles maneuvers well, and is compact enough for heavy city traffic. On the highway, it also performs well, but with its limited engine power, it won't be the ideal car for frequent long trips. The Cavalier's fuel consumption is another attractive feature. It can achieve around 25–30 mpg on gasoline, depending on the car's condition and driving style. This figure makes the Cavalier a very economical option, making it one of the best choices for those seeking a popular car that is also efficient in daily use. Another advantage the Cavalier offers is the ease of finding parts. Being a very popular model with a large number of units still on the road today, you won't have difficulty finding replacement parts, which are cheap and easy to come by. Additionally, the network of technical assistance is vast, meaning there are many mechanics specializing in this model, helping to keep maintenance costs very low. However, it's not all smooth sailing. Like any used car, the Cavalier has its points that require more attention, especially when it comes to older units. The ignition system and coils can be critical points. Many owners report issues that require earlier replacement than expected. This is an important point of attention, as replacing these can be a bit more expensive depending on the shop. Another point of concern is rust, particularly on the rocker panels, wheel wells, and sometimes even the frame in areas that experience heavy winter salting. Therefore, when evaluating a used Cavalier, it's essential to check the condition of these areas and, whenever possible, take a longer test drive to notice any kind of excessive noise or play in the steering or suspension. In terms of comfort, the Cavalier doesn't stand out as much as more expensive models, but it offers the basics with decent quality. The seats are reasonably comfortable, the steering wheel is adjustable, and the interior space is reasonable, comfortably accommodating 4 people, making it an excellent option for those who need a daily driver but don't have luxury demands. The Cavalier's design is simple but effective. Its somewhat rounded style is discreet and fits well with different tastes. Don't expect great sophistication, but the appearance is clean and functional. Additionally, the model has some comfort features that make a difference, such as power, windows and locks in higher trims, and air conditioning in some units, an interesting extra for those living in hotter regions. The average price of a Cavalier from $700 to $900, depending on the year, condition, and mileage. For this value, you'll find units in good condition with a clean title and basic maintenance done. However, it's important to remember that the price can vary a bit, depending on the region and negotiation with the seller. In summary, the Chevrolet Cavalier 1998–2005 is one of the most solid popular cars you can find in this price range. It has simple and cheap maintenance, is economical, has good resale value, and parts are easy to find. For those looking for a functional and reliable car without the need for luxury or major innovations, the Cavalier is a sure bet. But like any used car, it requires care, especially with the ignition system and checking for rust, which can give some problems over time. If you find a well-preserved Cavalier with up-to-date maintenance and a fair price, don't hesitate. It can be a great road companion, offering the best cost-benefit for those who need a simple but durable car with good fuel economy. The Ford Focus, first generation 2000-2007, is one of the most beloved cars by American drivers when it comes to a small, affordable and agile vehicle. Manufactured between 2000 and 2007, the Focus stands out mainly for its practicality and versatility. This model was designed for urban traffic, and its compact size makes it ideal for anyone who needs a daily driver in the city without giving up good mechanics and an accessible maintenance cost. With 1.8L or 2.0L four-cylinder engines delivering around 110 to 136 horsepower, the Ford Focus delivers sufficient performance for those who don't prioritize raw power but need agility on streets and avenues. Fuel economy is one of its biggest advantages. It can get 26 to 33 mpg on gasoline, depending on driving style and car condition. This makes the Focus an excellent option for those who drive a lot in the city and want to save on fuel. In terms of handling, the Focus stands out for being extremely easy to drive. It has light steering and a small turning radius, which greatly facilitates maneuvers in tight parking spots and congested streets. Its compact design also helps with this, making it agile and quick on busy city streets. But like any used car, the Ford Focus 2000-2007 is not free from some downsides. The main one is the automatic transmission, specifically the early automatic. Transmissions, pre-2005, which can be prone to issues and costly repairs. The rear suspension can also be a point of concern. While generally comfortable, some models can develop premature wear on components, leading to noises and reduced ride quality. Rust can also be an issue in areas exposed to winter salt. Therefore, it's important to do a detailed inspection of these parts before closing the deal. Inside, the Ford Focus doesn't offer great luxuries, but it's very functional. The seats are comfortable for average-height people, and the dashboard, although simple, is well organized and easy to read. The suspension is another positive point. The car is comfortable for driving on rough roads, but if the car is older and has high mileage, the suspension may start to show signs of wear, which will affect comfort during trips. In terms of design, the Focus maintained a simple yet modern style for its time, with rounded lines and a front end that many still find charming. Don't expect great sophistication, but it has an appearance that was quite modern for its time and still appeals to many drivers today. The hatchback version is the most common and offers a compact look that facilitates circulation in any type of traffic. Another positive aspect of the Ford Focus is its maintenance. Being a mass-produced car, parts are cheap and easy to find. It's not difficult to find replacement components in various auto parts stores, which makes the Focus's maintenance cost one of the lowest among popular cars. This is also important when reselling. The Focus is a highly sought-after model, which ensures good liquidity in the used car market. The average price of a Ford Focus from $800 to $1,000. The value can vary depending on the car's condition, mileage, and the region you live in, but for this value it's possible to find well-maintained units with a clean title and basic maintenance done. If you find a cheaper model, be aware of possible issues with the automatic transmission or rust that the car may have. For those looking for a practical, economical car with cheap maintenance, the Ford Focus is a great option. It's not the most powerful on the list, but if your need is to drive in the city without major demands, it's an excellent choice. Pay attention to the automatic transmission and potential rust issues, which are the main points of attention for this model, and you'll have a durable car with low maintenance costs for many years. The Nissan Sentra B14 generation 1995-1999 is a car that combines comfort, simple design, and good driving characteristics. Produced between 1995 and 1999, the Sentra stands out for being a reliable daily driver, offering standard features that were not always common in popular models at the time. One of the first things you notice when driving the Nissan Sentra is its smooth ride. Compared to other cars in the same price range, the Sentra offers a quiet cabin and a well-tuned suspension, providing a smoother experience in traffic. The car is perfect for those who value a calm ride without excessive engine noise or wind noise. For its time, it was considered very comfortable with a level of finish superior to many competitors. The Sentra's 1.6L four-cylinder engine in basic versions delivers around 115 horsepower, and even though it's a smaller engine, it performs very well in the city. It's agile, ideal for urban traffic, and its performance is more than sufficient for daily use. If you need more power, there was also a 2.0L engine that offered more muscle and might appeal to those who make longer trips or need faster acceleration. The Sentra's fuel consumption is another positive point. It can get between 28-35 mpg on gasoline, making it an interesting option for those looking for an economical car. While not the absolute best on this list, the cost-benefit ratio is still good since you're getting a well-equipped and durable car. One of the main attractions of the Nissan Sentra is its reliability. It's known for being a workhorse, often reaching high mileage with proper maintenance. Compared to other cars in this price range, the Sentra was one of the first to offer such reliability and comfort, which makes it an excellent option for those looking for a practical, comfortable, and good value car. In addition to comfort and reliability, the Sentra is also known for being relatively quiet. This is a point that many drivers highlight as positive, especially compared to other popular cars that can be noisy on longer trips. The Sentra's sound insulation is quite efficient, contributing to a more pleasant driving experience. But like any other car, the Nissan Sentra also has its points of attention. The first is rust, particularly in areas like the rear wheel wells and undercarriage, especially in regions with harsh winters or coastal environments. Head gasket issues can also occur in older, higher mileage units, so a pre-purchase inspection is crucial. While parts for the Sentra are generally available and affordable, some specific components might be slightly harder to find than for a Civic or Corolla due to less widespread popularity, which could make costs a bit higher in some regions. In terms of design, the Nissan Sentra has a simple but modern look for its time. It has smooth lines and a compact style that appealed to many drivers. The exterior design is clean and the interior is well designed, with a finish that combines functionality and a touch of sophistication for an economy car. Although it's an entry-level model, it has a touch of elegance that distinguishes it from other cars in the same category. The average price of a Nissan Sentra from $800 to $1,000, varying according to the year, mileage, and condition of the vehicle. This value makes it a very attractive option for those seeking a cheap, fun-to-drive, and somewhat unique car. If you can find a well-maintained unit with minimal rust and a healthy engine, the Neon offers a surprisingly enjoyable driving experience for its price. It's a great choice for a first car, a quirky commuter, or a project car for enthusiasts. Just be diligent with your inspection and be prepared for potential rust treatment if you live in a Salt Belt state. The Ford Ranger, third generation, 1998-2012, is one of the most beloved vehicles by American drivers when it comes to a small, affordable, and versatile truck. Produced from 1998 to 2012, the Ranger stands out mainly for its simplicity, durability, and practicality. This model was designed for both urban use and light work, making it ideal for anyone who needs a utilitarian vehicle for daily tasks without giving up good mechanics and an accessible maintenance cost. With various V6 engine options, 3.0L and 4.0L. The Ford Ranger delivers ample performance for those who need towing capability or cargo capacity. The 3.0L V6 offers around 150 horsepower, while the 4.0L V6 can go up to 207 horsepower in later models, providing sufficient power for most tasks. Fuel economy is not its strongest suit compared to the small cars on this list, but it's acceptable for a truck, averaging around 1620 mpg depending on the engine, transmission, and driving style. This makes the Ranger a practical option for those who need a truck and want to economize on fuel compared to larger pickups. In terms of handling, the Ranger is straightforward to drive. It has a robust feel and a relatively tight turning radius for a truck, which facilitates maneuvers in parking lots and on job sites. Its compact design also helps with this, making it agile on busy roads. But like any used vehicle, the Ford Ranger 1998-2012 is not free from some downsides. The main one is rust, especially on the frame, bed, and body panels, which can be significant. In areas that use road salt or have high humidity, the automatic transmission in some early V6 models can also be a point of concern, with reports of issues after high mileage. Furthermore, the power steering pump can sometimes develop leaks or issues. Therefore, it's important to do a detailed inspection of these parts before closing the deal. Inside, the Ford Ranger offers a utilitarian but functional interior. The seats are comfortable for average height people, and the dashboard, although simple, is well organized and easy to read. The suspension is designed for work, offering a robust ride, but it's generally comfortable enough for daily driving. In terms of design, the Ranger maintained a classic truck look, with simple lines and a rugged style that appeals to many. Don't expect great sophistication, but it has a timeless appearance that continues to be popular. The extended cab and supercab versions offer more interior space, while the regular cab is more compact. Another positive aspect of the Ford Ranger is its maintenance. Being a hugely popular vehicle, parts are cheap and easy to find. It's not difficult to find replacement components in various auto parts stores, which makes the Ranger's maintenance cost one of the lowest among trucks. This is also important. When reselling, the Ranger is a highly sought-after model, which ensures good liquidity in the used vehicle market. The average price of a Ford Ranger in the $800 to $1,000 range. The value can vary depending on the year, engine, transmission, mileage, and the region you live in. But for this value, it's possible to find units with a clean title and basic maintenance done. If you find a cheaper model, be aware of possible issues with rust or transmission that the truck may have. For those looking for a practical, versatile, and tough vehicle with cheap maintenance, the Ford Ranger is a great option. It's not the most luxurious truck on the list, but if your need is for a reliable workhorse or a capable daily driver without major demands, it's an excellent choice. Pay attention to rust and the transmission, which are the main points of attention for this model, and you'll have a durable and low-maintenance truck for many years. The Dodge Neon, first generation 1995-1999, is a car that often flies under the radar, but offers a surprising combination of value and fun-to-drive characteristics for its price point. Manufactured between 1995 and 1999, the Neon stood out for its distinctive cab-forward design, roomy interior for its class, and a peppy engine that made it enjoyable to drive. It was designed to be an affordable compact car, appealing to younger buyers and those on a budget. The Neon typically came with a 2.0L SOHC single overhead cam or DOHC dual overhead cam four-cylinder engine producing between 132 and 150 horsepower. For the DOHC, especially in the sport models, this was quite powerful for a compact car of its era, giving it a lively feel on the road. It accelerates well and is agile in urban traffic. The fuel economy is decent, averaging around 24-31 mpg, depending on the engine and transmission. While not the absolute best on this list, it's competitive for a car with its performance. Handling is a strong point for the Neon. It has surprisingly good steering feel and a relatively sporty suspension tuning, making it quite fun to drive on winding roads for an economy car. It's nimble in city traffic and easy to park. However, like any used car, the Dodge Neon 1995-1999 has its caveats. The primary concern for these models is rust, particularly on the rear wheel wells, rocker panels, and around the gas filler cap. This is especially true in areas that experience heavy winter salting. Another common issue can be with the head gasket, especially on the 2.0L DOHC engines if proper cooling system maintenance was neglected. Electrical gremlins, like intermittent issues with windows or dashboard lights, can also pop up. So, a thorough pre-purchase inspection is crucial, focusing on rust, engine integrity, and electrical components. Inside, the Neon offers a surprisingly spacious cabin for a compact car, especially for front passengers. The seats are reasonably comfortable, and the dashboard has a simple yet unique design. While not luxurious, the interior is functional. The average price for a Dodge Neon 1995-1999 is typically in the $600 to $900 range. This value makes it a very attractive option for those seeking a cheap, fun-to-drive, and somewhat unique car. If you can find a well-maintained unit with minimal rust and a healthy engine, the Neon offers a surprisingly enjoyable driving experience for its price. It's a great choice for a first car, a quirky commuter, or a project car for enthusiasts. Just be diligent with your inspection and be prepared for potential rust treatment if you live in a salt belt state. And now, for the big surprise, the one nobody expects in this price range, because it's not actually a car but a game changer: the electric scooter or e-bike, pre-owned up to $1,000. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That's not a car. And you're absolutely right. But if your goal is reliable, ultra-cheap transportation for daily commuting, errands, or just getting around town, a used electric scooter or e-bike for under $1,000 can be an absolute game changer, especially in urban environments. Why is this the craziest surprise? Unbeatable fuel economy. Your fuel cost is literally pennies for electricity. Forget about gas prices. Zero maintenance, almost. Compared to an old car, maintenance is incredibly minimal. Tires, brakes, maybe a battery replacement down the line, but no oil changes, complex engine issues, or transmission worries. No insurance, no registration, no parking fees. In most places, electric scooters and e-bikes don't require insurance, registration, or dedicated parking saving. You hundreds of dollars a year. Maneuverability. They are incredibly agile in traffic, can cut through congestion, and are easy to park. Environmental impact. You're driving green, reducing your carbon footprint. Health benefits. Even on an e-bike, you're getting some exercise, which is a bonus. Points to consider: range. Check the battery range on a full charge. This varies significantly between models. Speed: scooters can reach up to 20-30 mph, and e-bikes vary based on pedal assist. Weather dependency: not ideal for heavy rain or snow. Cargo capacity: limited compared to a car, but many have baskets or racks. Safety: always wear a helmet and be aware of your surroundings, especially when sharing roads with cars. You can often find great deals on used electric scooters or e-bikes on platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or local bike shops. Look for reputable brands and check the battery health. This isn't a car, but it's a legitimate, surprisingly effective, and incredibly cheap personal transportation solution for many people who just need to get from A to B without breaking the bank. So which of these rides have you owned or would you consider? Remember, In this price range, the key is always to thoroughly inspect the vehicle's condition, check the maintenance history, and if possible, take it to a trusted mechanic before closing the deal. Did you like the list? Then don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what cheap car you would recommend to the community. See you in the next video.